we will start with the concept of number systems. Now, you remember in the last class we had taken up a topic called pointers. You remember? However, the pointers concept, I am sure that it was not clear to you, and I just gave a glimpse of it in front of you so that the interest is developed in your mind. Today I will get into full details of it. For that, the first thing that I will take up today is number systems. What is number systems? See, when you are asked to write the numbers one after the other, what do you write? You write 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, 5, then 6, then 7, then 8, then 9, then 10, then 11, and so on. That means if you look into it, this is basically, if you consider, because I have gone up to 10, 11, 2 digits are there. So you can think of it as 0, 0. This is 0, 1. This is 0, 2. This is 0, 3. This is 0, 4, 0, 5, then 0, 6, then 0, 7, 0, 8, 0, 9, and so on, 10, 11, then maybe 12, and so on. Now, so on, it keeps on continuing. It keeps continuing. Continuing how long? Maybe 99. After that comes 100. So you can also think this 0 as 0, 0, 0, 3 digits. 0, 1 can be 0, 0, 1. This can be 0, 2, 2. This can be 0, 0, 3. Similarly 0, 0, 4. Similarly 0, 0, 5. Similarly 0, 0, 6. 0, 0, 7. 0, 0, 8. 0, 0, 9. And this 10 can be called 0, 1, 0. 11, 0, 1, 1. 12, 0, 1, 2. And so on continues. This is 0, 9, 9. Then comes 100. Then maybe 101. Then maybe 102. These are the numbers one after the other. Why am I writing this? I am writing this to firstly tell you, see, we call this number system decimal number system. Decimal. When we call decimal, there is something called 10, something that is the number 10 is associated with it. Decimal, DEC, this basically means 10. So decimal, a 10 number system, a number system of 10 is associated with it. 10 means, what does this 10 means? 10 mean? 10 means 10 digits to be used. What are the 10 digits to be used? 0 to 9. 10 digits. Yes, we are using 10 digits. Check out what? We are having distinct 10 digits 0 to 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 digits starting from 0 up to 9, 10 digits are there. Once you reach 9, there are no new digits. Instead, that combinations of 0 to 9 are used in different ways to get the next number. See, after 9, 10 is there. 10 does not involve any new digit in it. Up to 9, every time you had a new digit introduced. 0 was a new digit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All these are new digits. But 10 does not involve any new digits. 10 is just a combination of the old digits, say 1 and 0 over here, that we used earlier. 12 or the 11. 11 is a combination of the digits we used earlier. Here we have used only 1. 12. Combination of old digits. 12, 1 and 2. 13, next number. Combination of 1 and 3, the old digits. Even when we reach 98, combination of old digits, 9 and 8. 99, combination of old digits. 100, combination of old digits, 1 and 0. So no new digits are there. What I meant to say is, decimal 10 means 10 digits are there. What are those 10 digits? 10 digits are 0 to 9. We call it decimal number system. We call it decimal number system. Why do we call it decimal number system? Why do we call it decimal number system? We call it decimal number system because it involves 10 digits only, varying from 0 to 9. Using those 10 digits varying from 0 to 9, we have got all possible numbers. Similarly, there can be a concept called binary number system. See, the computer does not use decimal number system. Computer uses binary number system. I repeat, computer does not use decimal number system. Computer uses binary number system. What does that mean? Binary means what? See, like the term DEC means 10, decimal means 10, binary, BI means by, which is 2. Binary means 2. That is, computer uses only 2 digits, not 10 digits. Computer uses only 2 digits. What are those 2 digits? 0 and 1. Only 2 digits are involved, 0 and 1. You get it? So, decimal number system, that is, decimal means 10 digits, 0 to 9. Binary number system, bi means 2, 2 digits, 0 and 1. Only 0 and 1 are to be used to get the different numbers. So, see, if you really look at this, this was 0, this was 1, this was 2, this was 3, this was 4, and so on. Even if you are using 3 digits, but basically you are meaning these numbers only. 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This was 10. 10. This was 11. So on and so on. This was 99. And finally, this one was 100. Similarly, in 2 digits also, we need to represent 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, then 8, then 9, then 10, then 11, and so on and on. Maybe here 99 and then again 100. Question is, how do you represent 0? You can only use 2 digits, 0 and 1. So 0 is represented by 0 only. 0 is represented by 0 only. How do you represent 1? 1 is represented by 1 only. Then how do you represent 2? Only 2 digits can we use, 0 and 1. So how do you represent 2? 2 is represented by 1 0. Check out why 1 0. Because you can only have 2 digits. This was basically 0 0. This was 0 1. So after 0 1, if 2 is not allowed as a number, only zeros and ones are allowed, then after 0 1, what can come? 1 0 can come. Check out, because in this position you have used a 1. So you cannot increase this position anymore. You cannot write 2 over here because only 2 digits are there. So this position you cannot increase anymore. What to do? Only possibility is increase this position. So 2 in binary is represented as 1 0. How is 3 represented? 1 1. Check out, 1 1 is not 11. In binary, 1 1 is not 11. 1 1 is 2, because you cannot have any more digits apart from 0 and 1. So 1 1 is basically 3. Because after 1 0, if you have to increase, what to do? You can only increase this 0 to 1 and make it 1 1. Similarly, 4. How can you increase 1 1 further? See, this digit cannot be increased. You cannot write 2. Here also you cannot increase. You cannot write 2. So what to do? Only possibility is increase over here 1, which you can assume till now this position was 0. This position was 0, that is 0 is 0 0 0, 1 is 0 0 1, this was 0 1 0, 2 is 0 1 0, 3 is 0 1 1. Similarly 4, you cannot increase these two positions. What to do? Only this position you can increase. So this is 1 and these are the smallest number possible, that is 0 1 0 0 4. So 1 0 0 is not 100. 1 0 0 means what? 1 0 0 means 4. 1 0 0 means 4. 5. So how to increase? How to write 5? Obviously 5 is 1 0 1. You increase this last digit to 1. Obviously it increments by 1, 1 0 0 to 1 0 1, 1 0 1 is 5. 1 0 1 is not 101. 1 0 1 is 5. I think you get it. So how to write 6? See, I will not increase this because this is 1. This can remain 1 because these two can still increase. But see, this cannot increase. This is 0. So this is 1. So what is this? 1 1 0, after 1 0 1 comes 1 0, like after 0 0 1 comes 0 1 0. Like that after 1 0 1 comes 1 1 0. 1 1 0 is not 110. 1 1 0 is 6. Because you are representing the number using 2 bits, 2 digits only. Can you tell me what should be 7 then? 1 1 1. Is not so? Then what can be 8? See, you cannot increase this bit, this digit. You cannot increase this digit. A binary digit is called a bit. It's a binary digit, so we call it bit in short. So you cannot increase this bit. You cannot increase this bit. You cannot increase this bit. So you are forced to touch the position prior to that. This position was 0 over here. This position was 0 over here. This was 0 over here. This was 0 over here. That's why we did not write. This was 0 over here. This was 0 over here. This was also 0 over here. This was also 0 over here. Now 8, you cannot increase this bit, this bit, this bit. So definitely you need to increase this bit and make 1. These 3 bits can be 0. So 1 0 0 0 is not 1000 in binary. In terms of computer, if the computer has to represent 8, computer has to represent 1 0 0 0. It cannot represent 8 as a decimal number. It will represent 8 as 1 0 0 0 because it follows only binary system. It can only understand 2 digits, 0 and 1, that is off and on. Computer can only understand off and on of a switch. So 1 and 0, that are the only possibilities. So you know now by now how to represent 9, 1 0 0 1. Is not it so simple? 10 should be then 1 0 1 0 definitely, because in 10 you are increasing this, 1 cannot be increased, so this is 0, this is increased 1 0, after 0 1 comes 1 0. This 2 remains unchanged, this 2 remains unchanged, so after 0 1 comes 1 0, 1 0 1 0 is 10. 11 is 1 0 1 1. So what will be 12? What will be 12? 12 will definitely be, see, this 2 cannot be increased. So 0 1 1, after 0 1 1 will definitely come 1 0 0. After 0 1 1, this 2 cannot be increased. So after 0 1 1 will come 1 0 0 and this 1 will remain unchanged. So 12 is 1 1 0 0. In this way, we can continue. Is not it so? We can continue like this. This over here was 12. Similarly, this is also 12. So you can continue like this and finally get what? Finally get 99 and then maybe 100, then 101 and so on. Now how do we represent 99? Will I have to continue like this and see what will 99 be? Or there is some other way to quickly write 99 without being dependent on all this. That is, Do we need to increase 1100? Then we will write, okay, 13 means 1101, 14 means 1110, 15 will mean 1111, 16 will then mean 10000, and so on. So will I have to continue like this to get 99, or there is some other way to get it? See, I told you last time that you can think like this, that this position in concept of decimal, this position is 1, this position is 10, this position is 100. In terms of decimal, this is 1's position, this is 10's position, this is 100. Like 10, in case of 10 you only write 1 over here. To understand, this is the 10's position, so 110 and no ones. So 110 and no ones. 11 means 110, this is the 10's position. So 11 will mean 110 and 1, that makes 11. Similarly, in case of binary, these positions are 1, please understand, 1, then not 10 but 2. Not 10 but 2, because 1 into 10, because it was 10 digits, we did 1, then 1 into 10, 10, then 10 into 10, 100, then 100 into 10, 1000, and so on. But here it is 2 digits, the base is 2. So I will not multiply by 10 to get the weights. Instead, this is a weight of 2. This is a weight of 2 into 2, 4. This is 4 into 2, 8. So these are 8, 4, 2, 1. Can you tell me what is this? This is 16. Is not so? This position is 16. So if I write like this position is 16, the previous position was 32, then 64, and so on. So let me put a bit of gap between this so that you understand easily, the numbers you understand easily. See, 8, 4, 2, 1. Similarly, this is 8, 4, 2, 1. I will just put a bit of gap and then I will explain. Let me do that very quickly. Let me do this very quickly. But one thing you will understand by now, see, when you are talking about 0, have a look at the 0th line. When you are talking about 0, all these positions are 0. This means 08s, 04s, 02s, and 01s. So it is 0. When you are talking about 1, it is 08s, 04s, 02s, but 1, 1. So this is 1. Check out. This is 1 because these are all zeros. But 1, 1. So it means 1. 2. Why 2? 1, 2. Only 1, 2 is there. No 8, no 4, no 1. So 1, 2 makes it 2. 3. See, no 8, no 4, 1, 2. 1, 2. And 1, 1 makes it 3. 1, 2 and 1, 1 makes it 3. 4. No 8s. 1, 4. No 2s. No 1s. So 1, 4 makes it 4. 5. No 8s. 1, 4. No 2s. 1, 1. So 1, 4 and 1, 1 makes it 5. 4 plus 1 is 5. 1, 4 and 1, 1 makes it 5. 6. No 8s. 1, 4, 1, 2, no 1s. So 1, 4 and see this is 1, 4. This is 1, 2 makes it 6. 7. No 8s. 1, 4, 1, 2, 1, 1. 4 plus 2, 6. 6 plus 1, 7. 1, 4, 1, 2, 1, 1. 4 plus 2, 6. 6 plus 1, 7. 8. Only 1, 8. No 4s, no 2s, no 1s makes it 8. 9. 1, 8 and 1, 1 makes it 9. No 4s, no 2s. 10. 1, 8 and 1, 2. 8 plus 2 makes it 10. No 4, no 1. 11, 1, 8, 1, 2, 1, 1, 8 plus 2, 10, 10 plus 1, 11, no 4s. 12, 1, 8, 1, 4, no 2s, no 1s, 8 plus 4 makes it 12. And so on it continues. So how you represent 99? It is very easy, in fact very simple. How to represent 99? I will show you how you represent 99. See, if you continue with the weights like this, the next weight is 32. Is not it so? Is not it so? So if you continue like this, the next weight is 64. Do you understand what I mean to say? The next weight, next weight is 64. What is the next weight then? The next weight is 128. Is not it so? 128. So how you write this number 99? See, when you are given to write 13, how do you write 13? 13, within 13 you see like this, like I was telling last day, 13, 16 does not fit in 13. See, if you start from 128, 128 does not fit in 13, 128 has to be 0. The position of 128 has to be 0. 64 does not fit in 13, the position of 64 has to be 0. 32 does not fit in 13, so the position of 32 has to be 0. 16 does not fit in 13, so the position of 16 has to be 0. 8 fits in 13, so yes, a 1. Then 8 fits in 13, definitely a 1. But you are left with how much? You have already fit in a 8. So out of 13, after fitting a 8, you are left with 5. So you fit in a 4. Next, after fitting 4, 8 and 4, you are done with 12. You are left with 1. So 2 will definitely not fit because 8 and 4 has already made 12. So 12 out of 13 is already made. 12 out of 13 means you are left with only 1. So 2 does not fit. But definitely a 1 will fit to make it 13. So see what 13 is. 8 plus 4, 12 plus 1, 13. 8 plus 4, 12 plus 1, 13 makes it 13. This is how you complete a number. 99. How do you write 99? See, 128 position has to be 0 because 128 does not fit in 99. But 64? Yes, 64 fits in 99. So this position of 64 has to be 1. I repeat, in 99 128 does not fit, but yes 64 it does fit. So you write a 64, but you are left with what after writing 64? You have to represent 99. After writing 64 you are left with 35. After writing 64, after fitting 64 within 99, you are left with 35. So to fit in 35, first thing you need to use is 32. So in the position of 32, there has to be a 1. Then after fitting in 64 and 32, you have already fit in 96. You are left with only 3. So 16, will it fit? No, 16 does not fit because you only need to write 3 this time. So 16 does not fit. Similarly for writing 3, 8 does not fit. For writing 4, for writing 3, 4 does not fit. For writing 2, 3, 2 fits. For writing 3, 2 fits. And you are left with 1. So just a more 1 makes it 99. So what is 99? 99 is 110011. You don't need to start from here and keep on writing to reach and see what is 99. You can do that now. You can take a piece of paper and keep on writing all the numbers and reach 99 and get interested to see and get excited to see that yes, 99 is 110011. But you can write it without taking the help of these numbers. After 30, you don't need to continue writing 14, 15, 16, 17 and then reach 99. You can easily write 99 like this. 64 fits within 99, so a 1. 32 is fitting within that 35, so 1. Then after writing 32, you're left with only 3 out of 35. So 3 for writing 3, only a 2 fits and a 1 fits. So 1, 1 over here. So 99 is 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. So if you think like this was also 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. If you use 7 bits, then 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Similarly, you can write all this same you can use. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. In this way, 13 was basically 0, 0, 0. Then 1, 1, 0, 1. In this way, 99 is 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. What will be 100? You can try both ways. See, after 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, you can continue normally and say, these 2 bits cannot be increased anymore. These 2 are 1, 1, cannot be increased anymore. So definitely this position will increase. This will become 1. This is 0. This is 0. This is 1, 0, 0. But these positions then should remain unchanged. These positions should remain unchanged. This is 1. This is 1. Is not it so? So these positions will remain unchanged. So 100 is, see how I have done it. 0, 1, 1. Increase to 1, 0, 0. So the previous positions remain unchanged. 100 should be 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. You can now try out this way also. 100, 128 does not fit, but 64 fits. So yes, a 1 in the position of 64. You are left with 36. So yes, a 32 fits. You are left with 4. So you can just fit in that 4. All other positions 0. So 64 plus 32 is 96. Sorry, 64 plus 32 is 96. Plus 1, plus 4 is 100. So this is how you represent the bits. It is said that in a computer, in terms of computer, when you write int a equal to 100, immediately if it is an integer, yes, it is immediately represented in the form of bits, be it an integer, be it a float. But if it is an integer, then it is always represented using 16 bits. I repeat, if it is an integer, then it is represented, be it an integer, be it a float, be it anything, it is represented in binary. But if it is an integer, it is represented using 16 bits. Like over here, 0 has been represented using how many bits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But if you write int a equal to 0, it is represented using 16 bits like this: 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. It is always represented using 16 bits if it is an integer. Please keep this thing in mind. Say for example, int a equal to 100. How do you write 100? See, 100 has been 100 to be written. You can do it yourself again. 100, for 100 you need a 64. You need a 64. So in position of 64 I write a 1. Then in place of 32 I write a 1. After 64 comes 32. So in a place of 32 I am writing 1. 64 and 32 makes it 96. In place of 16, 0. In place of 8, 0. In place of 4, a 1. So 64 and 32, 96 plus 4 makes it 100. Then in place of 2, a 0. In place of 1, a 0. How many bits have you used? You have used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 bits to represent 100. I repeat once more. How? 64. In place of 64 you put a 1. After 64 comes 32, a 1. So 64 and 32, 96. Then comes 16. No, not a 16 because only 4 is left. 96 you need to represent 100. Only 4 is left. So 16 plus of 16, 0. In place of 8, 0. In place of 4, a 1 makes it 100. Then in place of 2, 0. In place of 1, 0. So 64, 32, 96 plus 4 makes it 100. But how many bits have you used? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 bits. But an integer is always represented using 16 bits. So before this, there will be 9 more zeros. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. See now how many bits? Check out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 bits to represent 100. Just 16 bits have been used to represent this 100 within the computer. Now, how it is stored, to focus more upon that, I go to another number system. So you have learned decimal number system, you have learned binary number system. Another number system possible is hexadecimal number system. I repeat, hexadecimal number system. What is this? Hexadecimal number system, what does that mean? What is the meaning of hexadecimal number system? See, hexa, this thing, hex means 16. Like binary, bi means 2. Decimal, DEC means 10. Hexadecimal number system, hex means 16. So hexadecimal, it means 16. 16 means how many digits are to be used? In decimal, use 10 digits. See, in decimal, use 10 digits, 0 to 9. But in hexadecimal, how many digits will you be having? 16 digits. 16 digits. 0 to 9, but that is 10. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, done. Then what? Then what to do? After 9 what? After 9, I cannot write 10, because 10 means again you are using the same bits, same digits, you are using the same digits, not using a new digits. But hexadecimal system will mean 16 different digits to be used. Like in 10 decimal, 10 digits, 0 to 9 were used. After that, 10 was represented using only those previous digits, 1 and 0 and 2 and 3 up to 9. In binary, used only 2 digits, 0 and 1. So 0 and 1, these two are specific digits. After that, only 0 and 1 were shuffled and used in different ways to represent the numbers. But in hexadecimal, there should be 16 new digits. So after 9, something new should be introduced which you don't know. A new digit called A, B. Then I continue over from here. C, D, E, F. So check out, 0 is a digit, 1 is a digit, 2 is a digit, 3 is a digit, 4 is a digit, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all these are digits, 9 is a digit, A is a digit, B is a digit, C is a digit, D is a digit, E is a digit, F is a digit. Now makes it 16. Up to 9, 10. Then A, B, C, D, E, F, 6 more. Makes it 16 digits. So how to represent 0 this time? 0 can be represented as 0. 1 can be represented as 1. 2 can be represented as 2. 3 as 3. 4 as 4. 5 as 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, all these are okay. So 0 is the representation of 0 itself. 1 is a representation of 1. So these digits are representing the numbers itself. So up to 8, 9, no problems. 8 is represented like 8. But 10, how do you represent 10? 10 is represented as A. In hexadecimal, A means 10. B, that is 11. C, that is 12. D, that is 13. E, what is that? 14. And F, that is, F, that is 15. So check out what? A, B, C, D, E, F. This will mean 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and so on. Do you understand this? I put some gaps over here so that things are easy to understand. Here I put this dot, these dots continue, that means you continue from 13 and so on up to 99 and so on. So these were fine, but here f means 15. So can you tell me up to f 15, that is 0 to 15, how many numbers? 16 numbers have 16 different representations. But from 16, the number 16 itself, 0 to 15 has made 16 numbers, 16 different representations. But how will you represent 16? After 16, you will have to combine the previous digits. So 16, this cannot increase any further. So this will become 0, like after 9, it cannot increase any further. So this position becomes 0 and the other position becomes 1. So like over here also, after f it cannot increase any further. So after f this becomes 0 and this position is 1. 1 0 basically means 16. 1 0 means 16 in decimal, in hexadecimal. So this was basically 0 0. Is not so? This was 0 1. This is 0 2 and so on. Say 0 3. If you continue like this, in this way, this is 0f and this is 1 0. This was 0e. This was 0d. This was, next was 0c. This was 0b. This was 0a. This was 09 and so on. But this is f, after 0f is 1 0. So what is the representation of 17? 17's representation is 1 1. You understand this? So this is how you represent the things. This is how you represent the things. If you again look after the weights are 1. After 1, 10 will not come, 2 will not come, but what will come? What will come is 16, because 1 into 6, 1 into 16 is 16. So this is basically 0 16 and 0 1s make it 0. 0 16s and 1 1 makes it 1. 0 16s and 2 1s make it 2. 0 16s and 3 1s make it 3. 0 16s and 4 1s make it 4. 0 16s and 5 1s make it 5. 0 16s and 6 1s make it 6. 0 16s and 7 1s make it 7. 0 16 and 8 1s make it 8. 0 16s and 9 1s make it 9. 0 16s and 10 1s, that is A 1s, make it 10. A is 10, new representation of 10. 0 16s and 11 1s, that is B 1s, make it 11. 0 16s and C 1s, that is 12 1s, make it 12. 0 16s and D 1s, that is 13 1s, make it 13. 0 16s and E 1s, that is 14 1s, makes it 14. 0 16s and F 1s, 15 1s, makes it 15. 1 16s and 0 1s make it 16, and 1 16 and 1 1 make it 17. Is not so? You get it? In this way if you continue, then how do you represent, say 24? I continue like this. Say, how do you represent, say 24? 24, how do you represent? See, you see for yourself, 24 means 16 ones, okay, but 8 ones with it also. 16 ones, that is, if you write 1 over here, it means 116, but 8 ones make it 24, so 24's representation is 1 8. Why? 1 16 and 1 ones make it 24. So 24's representation is 1 8. 1 8 is not 18. In hexadecimal system, 1 8 is 24. Similarly, what is 30? 30 is 116, no doubt, 116 has to be fitted. But then 12 ones, 12 means what? 12 is C. So 116 and 12 ones make it 30. 1C is the representation of 30 in hexadecimal. You get this point clear? Like the weights, if you continue, 1, then 10, then 100. Why? Because 1 into 10 is 10, 10 into 10 is 100. Over here 1 into 2 is 2, 2 into 2 is 4. So over here 1 into 16 is 16. Then what? Then 256. Why? 16 into 16. Make it 16 into 16 is 256. So the next digit is 256. So suppose you are given to represent 100. How do you represent 100? 100, decimal 100. How do you represent that? I will just put some dots over here to make it clear. Between 24 and 30 are other numbers also. So between 30 and 100 are other numbers also. So now I continue. How do you represent 100? 100 is 6 16ths. If I put a 6 over here, this is 16, this weight is 16. So 6 16ths makes it how much? 96. You are left with 4. So 4 ones make it 100. So the representation of 100 in hexadecimal is 64. Check out how. 100 is 100 in decimal, but 100 means 6 16ths. 6 16ths makes it 96. And then 4 ones make it how much? 4 ones, 96 plus 4 makes it 100. Similarly, if you are given 288, see, in 288, no way by multiplying by 16 only you can reach 288, because even if you use the maximum f over here, f is how much? 15, but 15 into 16 makes it how much? 15 into 16 is 240. So even if you use 240, then also you cannot say, you can say maximum 240 you have represented, but if you use 240, then over here how to represent the remaining 48? You cannot write 48 normally. Please understand, for representing 288, say for representing 288, I made a mistake, this 164, sorry, I will just get rid of this part, sorry, because I want to remain in one line. Say this 64 and 100, sorry, this 64 and 100, the representation of 100, I should put it in its proper position. In this position. Why? Everything should be in that position where I am putting it. Just a minute please. I copy this and then I paste this. So this is not getting pasted for some reason. Anyway, so this is 64, which means 100. Understand this? I have just represented 100, so I am representing it in the same position. So suppose now you are given, say 288 to represent, sorry for this again. Say after this I now need to represent 288. See, for representing 288, what to do? See, try yourself. If I use a f over here, even a f over here, then f means 15. 15 into 16 is how much? 15 into 16 is 240. So even if you represent 240 over here, how will you represent 48? So this is wrong. Instead, what you can say is, after 16, what is the next weight? The next weight is 256. So in place of this 256, definitely I can write a 1, because 256 fits within 288. So this is 1 256. Then you are represented with how much? Left with remaining with how much? 256 means you are now remaining with 32. How to represent 32? 32 means if you write a 2 over here, it means 2 16ths. So 16 into 2 is 32. 256. plus 2 16s is 32, and then 256 and 32 is 88, 288, this is 0. So 120, what is the representation? It means 288. Similarly, if you go ahead with 289, how to write 289? 1, that is 256, then 2 16s, 256 and 32 makes it 288, then a 1, it is 289. Is right so? You get this one. Similarly, can you tell me what is the meaning of if I can continue, FF will not be placed over here, or maybe if I continue like this, if I just continue like this, say it continues with this dot dot dot, say I pick up a random number 1FF. What does 1FF mean? 1FF. What does 1FF mean? 1FF will mean, see, check out what 1FF will mean. 1 into 256. This is the position of 256. This is the position of 16. So 15 16s, that is 240. So this is 256. This is 15 16s. So 256 plus 240 makes it 496. Then a 15 again. 496 plus 15 is 511. I repeat once more. 1FF, what is 1? 1 in this position is 256. This is the weight, because 16 into 16 is 256. So this is 256. So this is 1. 1 is 256. This is F, 15. So this position is 16. So 15 into 16 is 240. 256 plus 240 makes it 496. This is 15 again, 15 ones. 496 plus 15 makes it 512. So can you tell me what will be the representation of 500? So this is 511. What is the representation of 512? See, 1FF, these two positions cannot increase anymore. So the next number after 1FF, you can also go like this. After 1FF, what is the number? F cannot be increased further, this F cannot be increased further. So definitely this will increase. This increase means becomes 2, and these 2 will become 0, 0. Like after 199 in decimal, what do you write? 200. After 199, what do you write? 200, because 9 and 9 cannot increase further in decimal. So in place of 199, this 1 you increase to 2, and 99, those two positions become 0. Similarly in hexadecimal, these two F's cannot increase. This F's will become 0, 0, and this 1 will become 2. So 200 will mean how much? 512. This way also it is correct. Also you check on the basis of your weight. 2 into this weight. 2 into 256, how much? 512. 2 into 256 is 512. 0 and 0, so it is 512. Both ways it is correct. So you can check out in this way also, in hexadecimal way also, numbers can be represented. Now I will tell you another interesting thing. See, conversion of binary numbers to hexadecimal numbers are very easy. That also I want to show you. See, 4 bits, bits means binary digits. 4 bits can be combined to make one hexadecimal digit. That is 0000 combined to make 0. 0001 combined to make 1. 0010 binary digit bits combined to make 2. In this way 0011 combined to make 3. In this way 00100 is 4. In this way you continue. Similarly, if you go to 8, 1000 combined to make 8, 1001 combined to make 9. In this way, 1010, 10, it can be combined to make A. You get it? 1011 combined to make B. 1100 combined to make C. 1101 combined to make D. 1110 combined to make E, and 1111 combine to make F. No further, 4 bits combine to make one hexadecimal digit. 4 bits combine to make one hexadecimal digit. So if I am having 11111, then it is this 1111 which makes F, and this one should be treated as 0001. I repeat, it is 0001. You check this one, just a minute please. Very sorry. This 1111, I repeat this, please check. This 1111 combines to make F. The extra one, think of it as 0001 is 1, so it is 1F. 00011111 in hexadecimal is 1F. Combination or conversion is so easy. You check this, what is 00011111 in binary? You see for yourself, 11111, this is 1, 1, this is 2, so 1 plus 2 makes it 3, this is 4, 3 plus 4 makes it 7, this is 8, 7 plus 8 makes it 15, this is 1, this is 8 for 2, this is 16, so 16 plus 15 makes it 31, so this number is 31, is not so? See, this is 16 plus 8, 24, plus 4, 28, plus 2, 30, plus 1, 31. What is 1F? This is 1. So 1 into 16 plus 15 ones, F is 15. 1 into 16 is 1. 15 ones is 15. So 16 plus 15, how much? 31. So see, conversion is that easy. Is not so? Check any other number, say 24. You know what is 24 in hexadecimal? It is 18. In binary, if you want to convert it, it is as simple as that. 8 is 1000, 8 is 1000, and 1 is 0001. So 18 is 0001 1000. I repeat this, 18 in terms of hexadecimal, not 18. Please don't call it 18. 18 hexadecimal, which is actually 24 in decimal. So 18 in hexadecimal. What is 1? 1 is 0001 and 1000 is 8. So you just change, 1 is 0001, 8 is 1000. This is how we convert hexadecimal to decimal to binary. Now you check for yourself, 18 means 24. So what does this mean? See, this is 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. So 1, 2, 4 zeros. But 8, yes, 18 and 116 makes it how much? 24. So in terms of binary, it is 0001, 1000, 24 decimal, 18, 116, 8 ones, 24 in. So you get how a binary number is converted to a hexadecimal number, or a hexadecimal number is converted to a binary number. What I want to point out now is, see, I go up again. See this one, you remember? I said int a equal to 100. How is 100 represented? 100 is this, 64 plus 32, 96 plus 400. But it is represented using 16 bits. That is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, followed by 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. Total 16 bits. Now, as I told you previous day, that each memory location within the computer consists of 8 bits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 bits in total. So, any memory location can contain 8 bits. Here also the next memory location, if I draw, it is 8 bits. So when I say int a equal to 100, because it is 16 bits, you can understand these 16 bits can be stored in 2 memory locations, because each memory location size is of 8 bits. So when I write int a equal to 100, it can be stored in 2 memory locations. You may say that 2 memory locations are not needed because 1100 is only 7 bits. But no, all integers are represented using 16 bits, that is 2 memory locations. Had it not been int a equal to 100, but had it been long, a bigger number, say int a equal to say 14,000, then it would have taken definitely maybe 16 bits. It would have taken 16 bits and then it would have been stored in 2 memory locations again. Now, what are these memory locations? These memory locations within the computer are given certain addresses, like maybe the address 0, then the next memory location address 1, next memory location address 2, so this may be a memory location 2, this may be memory location 3. These are the addresses which continue like this, maybe 2000 sometime, 2000 memory location sometime, which is again 8 bits. So a number gets stored in a memory location which itself has got certain addresses. Now these addresses are now represented or thought in terms of hexadecimal number and not in decimal numbers. Like 2000, similarly the memory location prior to 2000 is 1F. It is hexadecimal. The memory locations are thought in terms of hexadecimal numbers. So it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, so on, 1, 6, 1, 7, 1, 8, maybe 1, 9, then 1, A, 1, B, 1, C, 1, D, 1, E, 1, F, then 2, 0. In this way, 1, F, 2, 0, 0, 0, and so on. In this way, certainly at sometimes it will come to F, 4, F, 5, and so on. How long? Up to F. Now you remember, when you convert hexadecimal to binary, each hexadecimal digit, each hex digit is 4 bits. So this is 4 bits, 4 binary digits, 4 binary digits, 4 binary digits, 4 binary digits. Total how many binary digits? 16 binary digits. So the memory locations, if you think in terms of binary, varies from 0000000000000000 16 bits to 1111. F is 1111, 1111, 1111, 1111 and 1111. How many? 16 bits. To represent the address of a memory location, how many bits are needed? 16 bits are needed. To represent one memory location's address, you need 16 bits. 4 hexadecimal digits, 16 bits you need. Now I remind you pointers that I told you last time. Pointers. What is pointers? Pointers are nothing but addresses of memory locations. When I write int a equal to 5, int a equal to 5 means 5 immediately gets represented using 16 bits. 0000, 0000, 8 bits, 0000, 12 bits, finally 0101, 16 bits. Check out 16 bits of 5. 00000000000101. 16 bits in total. 5. How do you store 5? Maybe in certain memory location. Definitely it is stored in memory locations. How many memory locations will it need? It will need 2 memory locations. To any integer is 16 bits, represented using 16 bits. Stored in how many memory locations? Stored in 2 memory locations. So maybe in FFF4, any random, maybe in FFF4, FFF5, C generally starts allocating from certain memory locations starting from the last, that is FFF4, FFF5, something like that. So when you write int a equal to 5, yes, this a is stored. Where is this a stored? A is stored in a certain memory location like this. A is stored here. How? Using two memory locations. How many bits? 16 bits in total. But if somebody asks you that, what is the address of that memory location where A is stored? You say maybe it is FFF4. How do you know that? What is the address of the memory location where A is stored? For that, pointers are used. Pointers are nothing but addresses of memory locations. How do you write it? You write it as int star b. What does that mean? It means b is not an integer. B is not an integer, but it means b is a pointer. Star. B is a pointer. And b is a pointer means it can store what? It can store an address. An address of what? An address which can contain an integer. Check this. B. What is b? B is not an integer. B is a pointer. What is a pointer? Pointer means it is an address. Address means what can it store? It can store address of what? Address of an integer. Suppose we write float c equal to 6.3. I have not taught you right now, or I will not teach you right now also, that how floating point numbers are kept, how floating point numbers are represented. That I will teach you maybe later, because it will need some more knowledge before I teach you how floating point numbers, like I have told you, when you write int a equal to 5, 5 is represented like this. How is 6.3 represented? That I will not teach you now. But this much I will tell you, if you write float like an integer takes 16 bits, float is represented using 32 bits. Integer is represented using 16 bits. But a floating point number is represented using 32 bits. When you write float star d, float star d, what does that mean? It means d is also an address. It is a pointer, it is an address of a memory location. But address of a memory location means an address like this, maybe FFF4 or maybe number FFF2, FFF3, anything. Address of a memory location. But what will that address contain? That memory location, that address of that memory location, that address, what will it contain? It will contain a floating point number. That address will contain a floating point number. Float star d. D is a address. That address, what will it contain? It will contain a floating point number. I think you understand this thing now. So, one interesting point. When you write a plus 1, what does a plus 1 mean? A plus 1 should mean 6. Because a is 5. Now, what does b mean? B means some address, maybe certain address, I write it as XXXX. Maybe FFF4, maybe, I am just giving an example, maybe FFF4, a certain address, B will mean that. Now, what will B plus 1 mean? What will B plus 1 mean? B is an address, FFF4. In that address, what is stored? An integer is stored because B is int star B. B is int star B means B is an address, but that address contains an integer. An integer takes how many memory locations? 2 memory locations. So what does B plus 1 mean? B plus 1 means next memory location. Next memory location cannot be FFF5 because FFF4 and FFF5 togetherly contains an integer. 2 memory locations togetherly contains an integer. So B plus 1, if it means the next memory location, it should automatically mean FFF6. Do you get it? If, oh sorry, one thing I missed out. If you write B equal to ampersand A, I did not write that. You are just writing int star b, but you have never told that b will contain the address of a. You have only told b will contain an address, that address will contain an integer. Which integer you have not told? That you only tell if you use ampersand or the address of character that we explained last time. Ampersand means what? Ampersand means address of. So b address of. So b equal to ampersand a means address of a. Int a equal to 5 means a is represented, 5 is represented like this in 16 bits. Stored in 2 memory locations because each memory location is 8 bits. So if it is stored in 2 memory locations, definitely any integer is stored in 2 memory locations. So if we write int star b, b is an address of an integer and then write b equal to address of a, then this FFF4 in this example will be stored in b. That is b plus 1 will not mean FFF5, it will mean FFF6. Why will it mean FFF6? Because b is containing an address which contains an integer. So the next memory location will not mean FFF5 because FFF5 is still containing the same number 5. So next memory location available is FFF6. Think like this. What is the next memory location available? The next memory location available is FFF6. This is how you represent. So suppose now I take an example. I comment out this whole portion of teaching. Everything that I have taught you till now, I just comment these things out. The whole thing I comment out, this whole thing. And I now write a program. To see the examples which I have already seen last day, but then again I want to see it again. Int a equal to 5. I printf. I start from the very beginning. %d a. Everybody knows what will it print? Everybody without any doubt knows what will it print. So what will it print? Definitely it will print 5. Is not it so? If I write printf %d a, definitely it will print 5. Alt R, enter, check out, it is printing 5. So no doubt if I print a plus 1, a is an integer. So when I was printing %d a, I was using %d because a is an integer. A plus 1 is 6. Yes, it is an integer. A plus 1 is 6. It is not it is an integer. So let me run it. Yes, 6. But then, if I now write, if I want to print not a, but the address of a, then not a, but I want to print the address of a. As soon as I want to print the address of a is not a decimal number. Address of a is represented always in hexadecimal internally. So that you print using the address you print, not using d but p. P means pointer. P means address. You print an address. So now you are printing the address of a. Check out what it prints. FFF4, as if a has been stored in the memory location FFF4. So when I write this int a equal to 5, immediately there are many memory locations starting from 0000 to what? To maybe FFFF. There are many memory locations starting from 0000 up to FFFF. So within this memory locations, a certain memory location called FFF4 has been used to allocate A. That is not only FFF4 but FFF4 and FFF5. These two memory locations have been used to allocate this A, as if. I think you get it. FFF4 and FFF5, as if two memory locations have been used to allocate this A. Are you getting it? Are you getting this clear? So this 5 has been stored using these two numbers, these two memory locations, FFF4 and FFF5. Is that okay? So when you are printing %p ampersand A, it is printing FFF4 because it is printing the address of A. So I can do one more thing now. I can now use a pointer variable, a pointer variable int star b. Are you getting it? I will take a pointer variable, call it int star b. What does that mean? It means b is not an integer. B is an address. That address will contain integer. Address means it can be 0000, it can be FFF4, it can be FFF5, it can be FFFF, any address it can be. So b is an address which will contain an integer. So definitely I can also keep the address of A in B. Ampersand means address of A, address of. So I can put the address of A in B. In that case, instead of printing ampersand A, if I print B, I should have that same FFF4 being printed. Let me run it. Let me comment out this. This is just for your explanation. So let me comment this out. I comment this out, comment this out, and definitely also comment this out. So these are addresses. So when I am printing %p B, because B was written address of A, so again B should be printing that same address which was printed when we printed ampersand A. So that FFF4 should be printed. Alt R, enter. See, it is again printing FFF4. Why? Because I am printing B. Because I am printing B. So FFF4 has been printed. So I think you understand what I am trying to say. So next what? Next what? Next, suppose I have printed already A plus 1. A plus 1 printed 6. What if I print B plus 1? See, B is an address means B plus 1 is also an address. B is FFF4. But what does that FFF4 contain? You have told that B is the address of an integer. You have told int star B. B is the address of an integer. So it internally knows if it contains the address of an integer, then the next number can be available not in the next memory location but in the next to next memory location. So B plus 1 means you are telling it to print the next memory location. So the next memory location can never be FFF5 because FFF4, FFF5 togetherly contains 5. The next memory location that is available is FFF6. So let me print FFF6. What? Yes, see, it prints FFF6. I have printed B plus 1. It is also an address. I have printed FFF6. Do you understand this? Is not it so? Now, another operator I told you remember? What is that? Star. Like ampersand means address of, star means content of. Star means content of. So I just write that for your understanding. Star means content of. So what does this star means? I just move this so that this continuity is not broken. This continuity remains like this. This is the continuation of the memory locations for you to understand. But star means what? Star means content of. Star means content of. Now, suppose I use this content of operator. How to use this? Say I use star B. What does that mean? It means B is an address. Star B means content of that address. I have seen just a while back when I was printing B, what was it printing? FFF4. So B is FFF4. So star B, what should it mean? Content of FFF4. Content of FFF4, what is that? A itself. What is A? A is 5. Is not it so? A is 5. So suppose I now printf %d. Instead of B, I write now star B. Why did I use %D? Because B is FFF4. If you print B, it is %P. FFF4 is P, address. But star B, content of FFF4 is a decimal number. So print a %DB. What should it print? It should print 5. Check out. Yes, it prints 5. Is not it so? Achha, what if I write star B plus 1? Star B, it is 5. So 5 plus 1, what should it print? It should print 6. It is a decimal number, so I printed using %D. Check out, is right so? So see 6. Star B is 5. B is FFF4. Star B is content of FFF4. Plus content of FFF4 is 5. 5 is a decimal number. Plus 1. 6 is another decimal number. Now suppose I write like this. Star B plus 1. Within a bracket. See, this is interesting. Is this an integer or an address? B is an address. B, no doubt, is an address. FFF4 plus 1, not FFF5 but FFF6, because it is an integer, address of an integer, which takes 2 memory locations. So FFF4 plus 1, next memory location is FFF6. I am trying to print content of FFF6. I am trying to print the content of FFF6, which I have not initialized. You see, I have not initialized the content of FFF6. Run the program and check for yourself. 0. FFF6 by default, FFF6 by default is containing a 0. It is by default. You have not done it. It is by default. It is containing 0. Memory locations by default, that means contain 0. So when you have tried to print that, it has printed 0. Achha, let me do some interesting thing now. Say I have written int a equal to 5. I say initialize another integer c, small c. Make it 8. Int c equal to 8. Now, instead of printing ampersand a, let me print ampersand c. See, ampersand a printed FFF4. So A was stored in FFF4. Let me see, when I am printing int c equal to 8, where is c being stored? That is ampersand c, what does it print? First of all, it is not %d, it is an address, it is %p. Address of c it is definitely an address pointer. So see, a has been stored in FFF4, where is c stored? Let me print both, %p once more, then %p with a gap, with 2 gaps. The first one being ampersand a, you know a is stored in FFF4. But where is c stored? Let me again check. If I declare 2 integers, then a is stored, the first integer is stored in FFF4. Let's see where is the second integer stored. Let me run the program again, Alt-R, enter. See, FFF4 and FFF2, interesting. A was stored in FFF4 here, and C has been stored in the previous memory location. That is the next variable stored in previous memory location. So C keeps on assigning memory locations previous to it. That is FFF2 and FFF3 togetherly contains what? C. What is the value of C that you have given? You have given 8. So you know FFF2 and FFF3 togetherly contains 8. Is that so? Run it again. See, FFF4 and FFF2, that is A has been stored in FFF4 and C has been stored in FFF2. Is not so? If you print now, say only A and C, that is with 2 more %Ds. A and C are integers, don't forget, %D, %D. You are printing A and C now. What should it print? It should print FFF4, FFF2, 5 and 8. See? Yes, absolutely fine. If you now hold, if you take another pointer, star D, see, int star D means D is not an integer, D is an address. Address of what? An address which can also contain an integer. So can I do like this, that I take D equal to ampersand C. If I do this, D is equal to ampersand C. The address of C is stored in D. D is a pointer and address. I am storing the address of C in D. If I store the address of C in D, then I can also print D and see what it prints. I can also print B and see what it prints. But B and D are what? B and D are addresses. So what are they? Star is a %P, %P. Two more addresses I am trying to print, that is B and D are two more addresses I am trying to print them. See, address of A is 5. 5 has been stored in FFF4. So address of A should print FFF4. C is 8. C is 8 stored in FFF2. Address of C is printing FFF2. A is 5, C is 8. So they are printing integers 5 and 8. B and D are pointers containing what? Containing address of A and address of C. So address of A and address of C are FFF4 and FFF2. So it should print the same thing. You run and check. It should print FFF4, FFF2, 5, 8, FFF4, FFF2. See? FFF4, FFF2, 5, 8, FFF4, FFF2. So that is what they are printing. Interesting, another thing that I will do. See, A is 5. Address of A, FFF4. B is equal to address of A. So B is FFF4. B plus 1, next memory location, FFF6, which does not contain anything. But because now I know that FFF2 contains something, can you check out one thing? Suppose you print B minus 1. Tell me what will be printed. B is address of A. B is address of A. Address of A is FFF4. So B minus 1, what should it print? It should print FFF2, because after all B is address of an integer. So address of an integer, memory location previous to it, should print FFF2. Let's see, let me print it. One more %P is needed for that. See what it prints. It should print FFF4, FFF2, 5, 8, FFF4, FFF4, FFF2, and B minus 1 should again print FFF2. See FFF2 again. Now do you notice anything? Star D, what should that mean? Content of D. What is D? D is address of C. What is C? Address of C. What is address of C? FFF2. So what is D? FFF2. Content of D. Content of FFF2. What should it print? 8. It should print 8. But what is B minus 1? B minus 1 is also FFF2. B is FFF4. B minus 1 is FFF2. So what is content of B minus 1? Content of B minus 1. What is that? That should again be 8. See this. Oh, I forgot to print it. I forgot to use the star D. %D, sorry. %D and %D. See what it prints. It should print star D. D is address of C. Address of C is FFF2. So content of FFF2 is 8. So it should print 8 and star of B minus 1. B is FFF4. FFF4 minus 1 is FFF2. So content of FFF2, it should again print 8. Run it and see. See 8 and 8. Now you will tell me one very interesting thing, that there was basically no relation of B and D. A and C are not related. A and C are two different variables. I have never said that B minus 1 should be D. But because of storing of C language, the C language stores in such a way that A was stored in FFF4 and C was stored in the previous location FFF2. That is why if I store the address of A in B and the address of C in D, then decrementing the address B by 1 takes it to the address of D itself. That is, it is printing 8. Do you understand this thing? You can continue by using float also. Say suppose you have done this, now you want to print float. Say you declare float, let's declare at the beginning. It's better to declare always at the beginning. So suppose I take another example, float E, say equal to 6.7, and then I write float star F, and also I write F equal to ampersand E. Possible? Because float E, you are saying E is a floating point variable. So F, float star F, F is not a floating point variable. F is a pointer, an address which can contain what? An address which contains a floating point number. What is the difference? After all, it is an address. Say float E equal to 6.7, if you print E, it will print 6.7. If you print address of E using %P, it will again print an address like FFF4 or FFF2 or FFF0, something like that. So what is the point? What is the point of writing float star F? It should indicate that it is an address which should contain a floating point number. Now this float star F, float takes 4 bytes, 4 memory locations. A float is stored, 6.7 is stored not using 2 memory locations, but 6.7 is stored using 4 memory locations. So when E is declared, it is taking 4 memory locations. Float star F, float star F means that you are storing, float star F means that you are storing a pointer variable. You are storing a float star F means F is a pointer variable. What should that contain? That should contain a floating point number. That address should contain a floating point number. So I think you understand this. So if I run this program F equal to ampersand E, if I run this program after writing F, after printing F, it should print the address of E. So let me do that. Let me get rid of this whole thing. Only few things I will keep. What will I keep? C. What will I keep? I will keep A, I will keep %D A, I will keep %P B, because B is storing address of A. So let me write this whole thing. A equal to this, address of B, A is equal to %P. I have printed B. I am trying to print A equal to %D A, that is A equal to value of A. Address of A is equal to %P replaced by B. So address of A I am printing. Next I will print, I have printed A and address of A. Let me print C. C equal to %D. So that %D is replaced by the value of C. Is not it so? Next I will print address of C. Address of C, where have you stored it? Address of C, where have you stored it? You have stored address of C in D. So this %P replaced by D. Then I write address of C. Okay, address of C has been printed. So see what has been printed? A equal to %D A. Address of A stored in B. So address of A equal to %P, I am printing B. C equal to %D, I am printing C, value of C. Address of C, I have stored it in D. D equal to ampersand C is written. So address of C, I am printing %P D. Now next what? Next I print, say, the floating point number E. So E equal to %F. What should that be? E. I am printing the value of E. Now address of E I should also print. Address of E. What is address of E? Where have you stored it? Address of E you have stored in AF. So address of E equal to %P equal to %P. What is that %P? Definitely F. So see, you have printed A, B, C, D, E, F. That is, you have printed A, address of A. You have printed C, address of C. You have printed E, address of E. But everywhere you are printing it using the proper format. E is a floating point, so %F. Address of E is a pointer, so address of E is %P. But remember, float takes 4 memory locations and integer takes 2 memory locations. Now you check this out. Very interesting. I did not complete this. I did not put the comma. Right? So let me run it. A equal to 5. Address of A FFF4. C equal to 8. Address of C FFF2. E equal to 6.7. Address of E FFEA. Isn't it interesting? Randomly it has taken FFEA. Now, what if I suddenly print also next address of E? Address next to E, it should also be printed as %P. But what is the next address of E? F plus 1. F is containing address of E. So if I print F plus 1, it should print the next memory location. See, what is the next memory location? At 5, address of A FFF4, C equal to 8, address of C FFF2, E 6.7, address of E FFEA. Next address of E, FFEE. See, FFEA. Next comes FFEB. Next comes FFEC. Next comes FFED. So next is FFEE. 4. FFEA plus 4 is FFEE. See this thing. See this thing very carefully. If you remember, FFEA has been used to store the floating point number E. So it has taken how many memory locations? 4. So it has taken FFEA, FFEB. It has taken FFEC. It has taken FFED. What is the next memory location? Next memory location is FFEF. So this memory location, this E, has been stored using what? Using FFF4EA, FFEB, FFEC, FFED. 4 memory locations have been used to store E. So when I am storing F equal to %E, it is printing FFEA. See, address of E %P. I am printing F. F is %E. So F is FFEA. F plus 1, next memory location, is not FFEB. It is also not equal to FFEC because it's a floating point number, takes 4 memory locations. Instead, FFEA plus 4 is FFEF. You can run this and check once more that it is printing FFEF because I have tried to print the next memory location after the floating point. Is not so? So let me run this program again and see. Alt R, enter. See, FFEA. Next address of E, FFEE, FFEA, EB, EC, ED, A, B, C, D. So it is storing in FFEE. So this is, once more, sorry, A, B, C, D. So this is FFEF, not F, but E. Because after D comes E. I wrote it wrongly. So once more, I am running it once more. See, address of E, FFEA. Next address of E, FFEE. Why? FFEA, FFEB, FFEC, FFED. 4 memory locations have been used to store E. The next memory location available is FFEE. So F plus 1 is printing FFEE. FFEE. See this. Is not so? You have understood this? Try to play with pointers, try to do many things, try to run this program once more, check it, go through it once more, see how it is done. I will keep on doing some small examples of pointers, keep on doing other things with pointers, maybe the same things I will repeat again and try to show you how you use these pointers. Let us take a bit of break and come back again. Thank you so much.